Hello, I'm Frank, Executive Vice President and Head of Learning and Development for Capgemini France.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Thomas, and I'm Custom Program Director at emlyon Executive Education.
Great to be here with you today. Well, at Capgemini, there is an old saying, if results count, people matter. In that spirit, this starts with people. Making leader truly is a collaborative endeavor, and in the past 4 years, it has involved over 50 people, a wide array of talent committed to this leadership development project. The program has been designed to meet 3 major goals. One is to support a global organizational change program called LEAD, which calls for higher cross-functional effectiveness and more agility in meeting the needs of global clients. A second goal has been to nurture a leadership culture which would attract new talent, a culture really based on trust, on personal growth, and on effective teamwork. And a third goal has been to help retain current talent in a fierce talent war by giving them a voice in decision-making and increased initiative.
Now, this is an overview of the participants' experience with most, if not all, of the traditional ingredients that you would expect. It feels like a robust, fully blended learning journey, which I hope it was. Nothing fancy or radical yet, but this is only slide 4. Let's deep dive into the content for a spell. Frank again?
Yes, so leadership today at Capgemini begins by building bridges with people, once team members, but also in project teams with clients. For a long time, people priorities were seen as being at odds with business priorities in the organization. No more.
In today's world, it's clear for everyone that managers do not have all the answers. And to succeed, Capgemini's teams need to tap into all the available brainpower at their disposal to find innovative solutions. And that was really at the heart of the second pillar of the program. Making Leaders seeks to develop the skills to enable problem solving at all levels.
And finally, making leaders, it's about making inspiring leaders, being less of a sage on the stage, as it were, but rather a guide by the side. And with the GROW method and by giving a feed forward, for example, leaders really contribute to developing their team members and to shaping meaning for themselves and their teams. Overall, frankly, a pretty rich experience, some big challenges, no doubt, but much fun throughout also.
Thank you. And so now the design and delivery stages, starting from this overview of the experience, we went a step further to enhance and deepen the learning experience and primarily its impact. By relying on organizational development thinking to connect participants to their immediate human and business environments. This meant getting steering committee members active participation, for example, but also executive committee members, the CEO, business unit directors, the sponsors, selecting and electing cohort representatives, so-called C-reps that you see on the slide, for group projects. In various ways, these actors were roped into the program, showing participants that everyone is indeed on board and that the leadership development is everyone's business. Of course, this added complexity to the program, but it was well worth it, and perhaps it's one of the reasons we're here today introducing and discussing this program with you. In particular, from a project management perspective, training in OD, so-called organizational development practices, do not necessarily match up in terms of their requirements for success. For example, where standard training in the blue area on your right is sometimes scripted, OD in the green zone on the left is not, or shouldn't be, at least not entirely. And of course, we talk about partnerships in the realm of OD, whereas provider or even supplier is current in the language of training.
And of course, networking is a key, and cross-cohort afterworks and informal interactive conferences helped building bridges between participants and across business units. And notably in the second wave of Making Leader, we included also a number of senior leaders from our Moroccan business unit. And this brought new perspectives to France-based participants and also opened up new opportunities for networking on both sides of the pond. And this is also Making Leaders, expanding one's horizons and growing one's network at every turn.
Now, role modeling is always a challenge, and in our case, we've been lucky to have great leaders on board, such as Olivier, featured here in this slide, who both sponsored one of the program waves, but also went through the program, an adjusted one, with his executive committee. In this way, he and his team displayed leadership by doing, and as we all know, action speaks volumes, and that was a great help. And finally, let's part with this picture featuring HR directors, business unit directors, the head of the learning and development, well, that is you, Frank, actually, holding up flip charts for participants who needed to have an overall view of what they had just produced together. This is the very picture embodying the spirit of servant leadership, which is really woven into the fabric of Making Leaders. And now let's hear participants' take on the program's impact on their leadership.
Ce que j'ai changé en moi, c'est peut-être gagner en bienveillance.
Faire confiance à mes équipes.
Le regard que j'ai sur moi et le fait de prendre du temps sur la relation avec les autres.
Ma façon d'aborder les gens et le regard aussi que je peux avoir sur les autres. La dynamique est là. On a un socle de nouveaux leaders qui est également là. Et on commence déjà à en voir les effets sur l'engagement de nos collaborateurs. Making Leaders, pour moi, c'est une des briques majeures de notre transformation de demain pour se transformer en market shaper.
Parmi cette promotion, il y a nos futurs managers, nos futurs leaders qui vont réinventer la façon de manager, la façon de leader, la façon d'inspirer pour nos collaborateurs, pour nos clients, pour notre écosystème.
La fierté d'être dans un groupe qui met les moyens pour faire grandir ses managers.
De la fierté d'appartenir à cette première session pour ce nouveau type de formation.
Fier d'être au sein de la famille. Pas de la fierté finalement.
Très grande fierté de pouvoir participer à cette première session Making Leaders.
Thank you very much for your kind attention and interest in Making Leaders. And now over to you for your questions. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.